Oh, hold on. I'm getting a text here. It's Pete Hegseth. Please stop texting me classified information. Send. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Also, if there's any journalists on from the Atlantic, I'd like to renew my subscription. Please. Thanks. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Just wrapping up some business. You know how it is. AOA podcast back for another episode. Monday show. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hi, TD Freelancer. And hello, everybody who already said hello in the live chat. So good to see you all here, all you beautiful people. It's an emotional episode. I'm not going to lie to you. We've lost the Pope. We might have lost Shannon Sharpe as a folk podcast hero with these latest rounds of accusations. And The Last of Us season 2 has knocked me on my rear end. I haven't felt, I shouldn't say never, I haven't felt as emotional about a show in a really, really long time. If you're on The Last of Us, you're going to love when we get to the review. Spoiler alert, there will be spoilers. Spoiler alert, Cuddles is going to join us. Oh, baby, that's a podcast. This morning was rough. Between The Last of Us episode 2, Sunday night, and losing the Pope, oh my goodness, we are lost. We are lost. We are shepherds we're sheep without a shepherd, flock. I don't know. Don't come to me for philosophical lessons. Let's just stick to the jokes. Fly and Y, it is good to see you. One of the most generous AOA holes that we have. Paul wants to know who Shannon Sharpe is. All right, we're off and running. The Pope, we lost the Pope this morning. Died, age of 88. Very sad. Did a little surprise appearance for Easter yesterday. Easter, one of the highlights in the Catholic calendar. A big deal to the Catholics. We love Easter. We love a comeback story. It's like, oh my God, he's back. It's a miracle. We love that shit. Whether it's Rocky or Jesus, I'm telling you, you get a Roman Catholic in a comeback story, and we couldn't be happier. We really couldn't be more pleased. And then to wake up this morning with the unfortunate news that the Pope had passed was very, very sad. Just moments ago, we got the cause of death, which turned out to be a stroke. The Vatican announced that it was actually a stroke, which wound up being the cause of death for the Pope, who, as I said, was 88 years old. Of course, he had been suffering from some infections, and then he had double pneumonia, large hospital stay, had a little bit of a comeback. A lot of people blaming J.D. Vance for his passing. I'm okay with that. We all saw what he did to the collegiate national football trophy. Everything this guy touches seems to go bad. Or maybe he finally got on some blogs, the Pope, and realized that he shook Vance's hand after what he'd done to a couch, and maybe that was too much for his little papal heart. I don't know. I wasn't there at the end. All I know is it was very, very sad to have a stroke. Obviously, big leader of the Catholic Church will go into papal palooza, or what some call the Cardinals voting, the conclave. I like to call it papal palooza. I feel like that's more appropriate. I like to get more air horns involved, more colors of smoke, not just the black and the white. I'd like to get, like some of those awesome like pink and light blue colors of smoke. The ones that they put inside of like softballs, where they let the dad swing during the baby gender reveal stuff, and it always blows up in his face. Or worse, the kid's face. That's the worst. When the little kid is just standing there, oh my God, I have a little brother or sister. Then dad takes a swing, and then poof, they're just covered like the kid in Sandlot when the vacuum cleaners blew up. You know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend like you don't. So the whole thing, I'd like to get a little, just, me, I like to always see, how can we make this a little bit better? How can we reimagine this? And I think Palooza will be a big deal. We'll get DraftKings in as a sponsor. We'll raise some coin. We could always, the Catholic Church could always use a little something, a little something for the effort. So we get DraftKings in here. They start to put odds behind it all. We see who's going to succeed Pope Francis. It's going to be an exciting thing. Nothing will happen, of course, for the next 2 weeks or so, 15 days, I believe they say. The Pope will lie in state. He's going to be buried at a beautiful church not too far away. It's the church that he would visit every time he would go on an international trip. So he's going to be laid to rest there, not in the Vatican, which popes traditionally are. So again, another instance where this pope is sort of breaking the norm on what popes do. Of course, he did that a lot with his big acceptance of the gay community there. I think it was the most gay-friendly priest pope we've had so far. It was tough for the old, wrinkly Catholics who are conservative, who don't like that kind of thing, which always makes me happy, because if we can make those people a little uncomfortable, I feel like we're doing our job. The last thing you want is an old Catholic happy. That's not a good thing for anybody. They're over there stuck in their ways, not really all that accepting, not really comfortable with everybody. If we can make those people uncomfortable, that's good. We're doing good. As a society, we're succeeding there. So, hang on. Getting a text from Pete Hexeth. No, I don't want any Chick-fil-A right now. Thanks. Really got to get this guy to leave me alone. I don't even know how I got in his signal chat, to be honest with you. It's a little alarming. I feel like I've been hacked. Anyway, so we'll conclave Papal Palooza, brought to you by DraftKings here on the AOA podcast. We'll sell the sponsorship if they won't. We'll put some odds at it. We'll look at this over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see who's going to line up and find out who's going to be the next pope. It could be Pete Hegseth. Good point, Tina. Thanks for throwing that in the mix. It sounds like Petey Pop might be out of a job. Boy, they're saying that the Defense Department is like chaos. Everybody hates each other. They can't get the guy's attention. He doesn't know how to run an office. Second scandal, by the way, over the weekend. And then the president, both he and the president both poo-pooed it. And they were like, oh, it's just the left-wing media. I don't know. You could blame a lot on the media. Lord knows there's plenty of runway there, especially for this current administration. But after a while, if there's really smoke, they're going to see the fire. Everybody's going to see the fire. I have a not so great feeling about the Hegseth administration so far. I thought they should have lopped off that Mike Waltz right away to send everybody a message that they're out for the Americans and not their own little team. And now we got a second little thing brewing, and now the people in the Pentagon are talking up. We're going to let it sit for a while. AOA, the official stance of the AOA podcast here is we're going to let this sit for a while and see what side we wind up on. I'm leaning towards Hegseth as a mess. But again, in an effort to be fair, let's see. Could be the liberal media getting out of hand as they've been known to do. So let's see here. Westy says pushing gay onto society is nothing noble. Ask the king. I don't even know. I don't know what that means, Westy. I'm sorry. Can you clarify that? I have no clue. I have no idea. Robin says it's because they're only letting Pete get half drunk. That's true. They might be trying to, yeah. I don't have a ton of. I think it would be fair to say I've been very, very fair to the current administration. Very, very fair. I think maybe a little bit of annoyance to some of you. I think people are getting a little annoyed at me at how many chances and how much benefit of the doubt I'm giving to them. I don't have an overwhelming sense that Hegseth knows how to run an organization. I believe he was a good soldier. I think he's trying. To be a leader, it's a different muscle than a lot of other muscles. You got to really have a genuine interest in people. You got to really want the best out of your whole team and be willing to sacrifice for them. I think he has all those elements. I just think it's a really, really difficult job. I mean, really, really difficult. And more than just having been a soldier is required for the amount of touch, if you will, that you need for a position like that, you know? So anyway, that's the Hegseth thing, but they're not backing down from it. Trump and Hegseth, they stuck together throughout the whole weekend at the egg roll over there at the White House. But anyway, let's keep it to the Pope. So Papal Palooza, we'll figure out who's going to come next. Of course, we'll keep that in the background of the show over the next couple of weeks. A lot of people are going to be talking about that. I'm sure there'll be some odds there. Obviously, an historic situation here with this being the first Pope from the Americas. So I kind of feel like we lost one of our own, a home team, Felt like he was one of us. I know he wasn't a New Yorker, but felt like we had one there with the American thing. And he got one last ride in the Pope Mobile yesterday. I mean, what better way to go out than getting that one last little scoot in the old Pontiff scooter? Jay Sabs, I know you love the Pope. How are you doing?
Okay. I don't want to say I jinxed this, but we were talking about this yesterday. And my brother was talking, and I said, yeah, well, I don't think he's alive still. I think he's dead already. And that's just a body double. And then,
oh God,
what happened?
The little rumor you started gained traction, and so they thought, let's just end it before we get in more trouble.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. Called it.
Okay. Weird. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Now, why didn't you think it was him? Because you saw something, or just because nothing is real anymore?
And nothing is real anymore.
I believe that. I really, really believe that. Anything else on Papal Palooza before we move on?
No, but I don't feel like it was like this big of a deal this time as it was last time.
It's interesting. It was everywhere. Yeah, it was really, really everywhere this morning, as it would be. But I agree. I don't know if it sent shockwaves through the whole world.
Right. I wonder why.
Well, I mean, let's examine it. Is it Trump? Is it because we're so hyper focused on everything that guy does?
Probably.
That's interesting.
Some people, not me, but some people.
I did love Trump's. He was like talking about the Pope. He's like, he was a good guy,
Like he knew him.
He was a good fella, We called each other good fellas. It was very, yeah. I don't know. That guy still makes me laugh. I know people hate him, but he is a character. He's a character. He makes me chuckle sometimes. He was a good guy. It's like, all right, he was the Pope.
I know, right?
Wasn't a guy running around the streets of Queens with you, You can't fucking.
Whoa.
Yeah. The Pope? Oh, the Pope. Yeah, forget about it. He was unbelievable. Good guy. Always there.
Right.
Pick up the phone and he's there. So, yeah, very, very sad. You're right. The media impact is not as big as one would think.
Not as it was last time, which I don't know why.
Yeah, last time it was earth-shattering, probably because it was a quiet news time.
Oh, maybe. Good point.
Let's see. Listen, it's going to be 2 weeks of this. He's going to be lying, for 2 weeks. He'll be out. And in that time, people will start campaigning for this shit publicly. All the cardinals have to come back. They stay in a little apartment next to the Vatican there. So they'll start to live in that area. And then as soon as the 2 weeks is up, the 15 days is up, then they start their voting process. And I don't know who's got the lead. Lots of candidates out there. Ironically, believe it or not, who's picking up steam for the next Pope? Stephen A. Smith. It's really strange. The whole first it was
really okay.
Yeah, maybe he could be president, and now people are like, well, maybe Pope. Maybe I think everybody's looking for an outsider since Trump came along.
Yeah, I agree. Oops. Okay.
You know, I thought it would be nice though if Trump would take it over like he did the Kennedy Center. I think that would be a nice little thing. Vatican, it's a disaster. We're gonna take it over. We're gonna bring Jesus back. Oh, that was another hilarious thing that Trump said at the Easter festival on the lawn there at the White House. He's like, "We love Jesus. We're bringing Jesus back. We're bringing religion back."
It's like, okay, calm down.
I'm like, where did it go? There's,
Right.
I don't know about other people, but you can't shake a dead cat in New York without hitting a fucking church of some sort. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you know what? That is true. Why is that?
We've got a lot of churches. And I don't even get it. Roman Catholic, Southern Baptist, more, I don't even know what they're all. Let's listen. I think if we believe in Jesus, it's time to start consolidating some of these fractures.
Exactly. Why?
Yeah, it's like, oh, we believe in the saints more. We believe in the. It's like, okay, let's focus on Jesus and come together and we'll figure out the rest of it.
Right. Weird. Very strange.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm ready to limit the world to 3 religions: Muslims, Jewish people, and Christians, and Festivus. Let's make it 4. Let's round it out. Be fair.
Okay, that's good too.
Right? 4. You don't need more than that. We don't need Scientology. I'm sure I'm forgetting some kind of religion, but we don't need it.
We don't need a lot of things.
No, you can make the argument, J Sabs, that 4 is a lot.
Yeah, because I barely understand one. Hence why I don't have a religion, really.
Yeah, which I love about you, which it's funny. I think to myself, because we're a part of the church, my children were baptized. My daughter's my daughter's about to receive communion. And, we go to church when required. I wouldn't say we voluntarily go. But I think to myself in those moments, I'm like, especially when my kids are acting bad. I'm like, I don't know. Do they need more religion in their life? And then I think if Janine was here, she'd slap the shit out of us and go, they need less religion.
Exactly. Come on.
And then I find some comfort in that.
Well, it's just funny. I don't know. I'm just not a religious person. And there's some people who are like so religious. I don't know.
Dude, we just had Passover. On my feed, there's this Jewish guy. Who's the serious Jewish people? The Orthodox Jews?
Yeah.
This guy is like, we clean down our counters and everything. And then he's taking a blowtorch and they burn like the oven. Like they burn the surfaces to make sure that any non-kosher flavors or anything are completely gone. Then they cover it all in like this cardboard thing, this plexiglass thing, whatever. They put a cover on top of the kitchen thing and everything just to make I'm like, this is too much. Religion be damned.
Where did they get this from?
Yeah, it's like there's too much dedication here. Like that's too involved. But every religion's got it. The women who wear the whole friggin' thing and it's like 110 degrees. I'd be like, fuck
I don't know how they do that.
Oh, go away.
That's dedication. How?
That's dedication. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the least dedicated out of everything we're talking about, the Catholics and not eating meat on a Friday, I can't even pull that off.
Oh, yeah.
You know how many times I'm halfway through a meatball sub and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Friday. Too many.
I'm sorry. When did you grow up in like the Midwest where you just called a hero a sub?
I do call it a meatball sub. I don't know why. A meatball hero. Yeah, you're right. A meatball hero. I don't know where I got sub from.
Oh, that's one of my words that I just can't.
Sub?
Oh,
you have problems.
Tell me that's not a stupid word.
Sub? Nah, grinder I never got. I never got grinder when talking about a sandwich. I mean, I guess because you grind your teeth or whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
Barbara says, this is a crazy name here. Barbara Red Rowendahl City Walks in Amsterdam. Awesome. I don't know what
Okay.
that is, but I hope it's a business and good luck to you for that. Barbara says, God's chosen people are from Al Kabul in Africa. I don't know if that was supposed to say Albuquerque and it just got corrected.
Maybe.
But nobody from Albuquerque is no. I gotta disagree with you there. Both ovens, yeah, both ovens, Robin. This fucking guy, he had a little blowtorch. He was like, he was blowtorching the top of the stove just to double make sure. And then they covered the whole thing. I'm looking at this guy and I go, this is crazy. This much dedication to listen. I'm allowing people to have that much dedication if you have a number on your back and you're making over a couple mil a game. Or you're an actor of some sort, and again, your box office is worth like 20 million. Then you can get that crazy, but just everyday religion, I don't know.
Yeah, no,
That's a bit much for me. You know what the thing is too, and let me know if this is crazy, Janine. I feel like back in the whatever year 20 or 20 whatever BC, when people were savages and just killing for no reason. Okay, we needed religion. At this point, we're so civilized. I don't really know if we need these strict religious rules anymore.
If someone else was here, they would say one reason why we need religion.
What would he say? I don't get it.
He would say that we need religion because of Trump.
But I love Jesus. I'm bringing Jesus back.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I don't know. Jesus, maybe bringing Jesus back, but all the Jesuses you're getting rid of, which is why everybody's so upset.
Right.
You change that accent in that word, and all of a sudden, great becomes not so great.
Right.
The poor Jesuses. Shannon Sharpe, J Sebs. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, neither did Paul. Football player turned podcaster. He made a ton of noise with who is the comedian, the little guy? Not Kevin Hart, the other guy.
Chris Rock?
No. With the long Cat Williams.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when Cat Williams made all of that news?
Yes.
Claiming he knew people or everybody was going down or whatever. He did all of that on the Shannon Sharpe show.
Oh, okay.
So that was all done on Shannon Sharpe's podcast. Again, he used to be a football player, and then he went and hosted a show on ESPN. And now his claim to fame is basically this podcast that he does. And again, because he had Cat Williams blowing the whole thing up, and then he had a bunch of other people. That's Shannon Sharpe. Does he look recognizable to you?
Yes, actually he does.
Yeah, you've seen him. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's seen Shannon Sharpe.
Not Frank though.
Not what?
Not Frank. Oh, I was so sad that he didn't know what the pistachio chocolate thing was.
The Dubai chocolate thing?
Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed with Frank all of a sudden? You brought him up 3 times in a minute and a half.
It just made me think of it because he said he doesn't know pop culture, or maybe you told him he doesn't know pop culture.
No, he definitely doesn't know pop culture. No. He's catching on to things from the 90s, I think.
So he's a little behind, is what you're saying?
Well, it's 2025. He just started Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I could forgive
He just started it, or he never started it?
No, he just started. He said he's 2 or 3 episodes in.
Such a good show. I think it's better than Seinfeld, but I might get shot for that.
Yeah, it's tough. I think I've leaned that way, but I don't know.
It definitely is.
Seinfeld is so good. I've gone back and watched Seinfeld again recently, and it's so great.
See, that's the thing. I'm not a huge Seinfeld fan. Never was.
Oh my god, it's brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. Yes, Club Shay is his show. Anyway, so Shannon Sharpe was hit with a big $50 million lawsuit this morning. And there's a couple of troubling things with this. The first being the lawyer that's representing the victim, who's being represented as Jane Doe, is Tony Busby. And this is the same lawyer that's bringing the case against Diddy. And recently he suffered a setback when he was suing Jay-Z and his client decided to drop the suit.
Ooh.
And then I think Jay-Z countersued him or something like that, or is still suing him maybe. So wasn't a great look for Busby then. And now Busby's handling this case for this victim. And again, people are starting to have some serious questions on how this went down. Janine, you're going to love the description on some of these text messages because they are very dirty, very your style. So basically what happened was this morning, the announcement came that this Jane Doe is filing a lawsuit in court, $50 million, claims that Shannon Sharpe assaulted her not once, but twice. And they had a relationship between March of 2023 and January of 2025. So to combat this, Shannon Sharpe released not all, but a lot of the text messages between him and this woman. Oh, also, I don't know if you remember a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, Shannon Sharpe was on Instagram Live having sex. Do you remember that story?
No.
Yeah, so I guess he said he was hacked at first, but then I think he came around and admitted that he accidentally went on Instagram Live and he was banging some chick, and she was it was bad. It was like she was like, "Give it to me harder," and he's like, "Oh, you like." It was some intense talk. I don't remember every last detail, but it was intense.
Intense. That's like a Tuesday night for me. Yeah.
Well, listen to some of these things. So he releases the text messages, and this came from him and his team. On March 5th, 2023, Jane Doe allegedly texted Sharpe a picture of a woman tied up in a compromising position and said, quote, "Tie me up like this and fuck me," to which he replied, "If I knew how to, I would." She allegedly wrote back, "It's okay, I have handcuffs." Okay.
Hold on one sec. Hold on 1 second.
Terrified. I don't know what we're waiting for.
Okay.
You good now?
Screaming, honey, and now something else.
I don't know what's happening.
Go ahead.
Okay. She allegedly wrote back, "It's okay, I have handcuffs. We can stick to those for now. I want to be in that position right now." I love this. Is, by the way, I would have had the same response if somebody was like, "Tie me up like this." I would have been like, "I don't think I can make knots like that." That's I mean, have you seen some of those knots that people are? That looks like a lot. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a fucking Boy Scout, for Christ's sake.
Oh God, go ahead.
Anyway, she wrote, "I have handcuffs. We can stick to those for now. I want to be in that position right now," is what she responded to him with. Sharpe told her that when Sharpe told her it was too late now, Doe allegedly responded, "I guess I'm just going to have to fuck myself in the ass with my dildo then." Not something I've ever said out loud before this moment.
Well, speak for yourself.
On March 14th, 2023, she allegedly sent him a message saying, I want to be abused, daddy."
Oh, I definitely have said that. Go ahead.
On April 21st, 2023, she allegedly texted, "I'm getting your name tattooed on me in like an hour. Just thought I'd let you know."
Mm-hmm.
Little weird. Sharpe messaged back in the font of my cognac, to which she allegedly responded, "Yes, daddy, on my neck. If I get it, can I maybe be your baby mama?"
Okay.
Can we all? Okay, all right. I know you like it. I know this is right down this is your speed. But can we all agree that maybe not the and again, I'm not victim blaming, shaming, whatever. A weird thing to be like, "I'm getting a tattoo of you on my neck and maybe I can be your baby mama." This is sort of strange talk from somebody who's I don't know. You're not living with?
Oh, get out. You're such a prude. What
Yeah.
happened to you?
Okay. All right. Maybe. All right. Let me keep going. Maybe you'll change your mind. Let me see here. Just to let you know the content. Okay. Doe allegedly messaged Sharp on October 7th, 2023, saying, quote, call me. I feel like fucking with you. 2 days later, she allegedly sent, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me. Again, no words that have ever come out of my mouth consecutively before. On November 23rd, 2023, I feel like that's the day before Thanksgiving, but I'm not 100% sure. Doe allegedly texted, only if you put that baby gravy in me, then you can do whatever you want to me. I literally ate so much food, I look like I'm pregnant with your big black baby.
Oh, yeah, I like this. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a couple of problems with that last one. One, baby gravy? Who says that? That's...
Oh, I don't know.
Have you ever said that? That's not okay. Don't ever call it baby gravy. There's nothing appealing about that terminology whatsoever. And also, big black baby. I have an issue with this.
Very cringe.
What?
That part is, I have to say, that's the only part that's a little weird.
Like, I feels like she wanted to say big black penis, but was already going down the pregnant thing and just nobody ever just go, look at my big baby. Like, nobody ever says that really when they're pregnant. They just go, I'm having a baby, you know? This is a great point. Zoso says, can we have JSAP say all this stuff instead of you, Ant? I would love that. I would love to not be saying the. Okay, can I send this to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to send this to Janine, and let's see if we can figure that out, because I'm uncomfortable saying these things, to be totally honest. Let me get this. Let me get this. There you go, Janine. Okay. Let's see here. Baby gravy. Okay, we're up to baby gravy. Janine, just so you know, it's like midway down the article after the photo that he's in front of the purple background.
Okay, hold on.
That's kind of where we are. Okay, I could. Well.
Oh no, I got it.
You got it.
So
after big black baby. Yes, go ahead.
If I still fuck with you around my birthday in 24, you can take IUD out. Wait. And then on January 12th, 2024, she allegedly sent, I want to put my tongue in your asshole and then marry you.
I have to say, that is creative. I mean, I don't think I would ever... how do you respond to, I'm going to put my tongue in your asshole and then marry you? Who says that? Who says that?
God.
Can I be honest with you? And you have done a lot of amazing things, and you have made a lot of great jokes on this podcast. I don't even think you're capable of saying something like that.
Sure. On January 31st, 2024, Doe message, that just got my pussy.
Oh, look who got shy all of a sudden. Sure, when it's his asshole, it's fine.
I was trying to be creative and think of another word that started with P and ended with Y. That just got my pussy wet. Tie me up and do bad things. And he responded, cuff up.
What does that mean?
Handcuffs.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, yes. Doe allegedly replied, you still have my handcuffs. I want some hardcore BDSM action, though. Feeling kind of freaky lately. On August 11th, 2024. Ooh, that's my anniversary. She allegedly messaged, I'll let you make it hang wherever you want, Daddy, but only if you take me out and treat me good. To which he sent back, deal. I crave your pussy, Doe. That's my pussy now. Oh, yeah. That's what I like. Go ahead. And then
It
She
was that,
began to pull away.
right? Because so now what happens is he gets caught on Instagram Live banging some chick, and this is where things turn for her.
When I'm 152 pounds, but you can't touch me because you cheated on me on Instagram Live with, she sent him this along with a photo. Gonna be 180 soon, and you're still not gonna be able to touch. Bet you're regretting your actions right about now. So, according to his legal team, he replied, I'd be killing that young pussy. Well, she replied, absolutely not. When you give me a formal apology for cheating on me on Instagram Live for multiple other times, then we could talk about it. Formal apology, caps.
Mm-hmm.
So when he said he already apologized, she said, you never say what you're sorry for and how you're going to make it right. So I would appreciate it if you could do that because you really hurt me and I've been having a hard time with it. Um, he called her a few more times. Eventually said, I'm not going to go through this again. I'm already apologized. Stop playing childish games. And then she claimed the second sexual assault happened in January when he came over to her house. And then he was like saying he was going to give her a Christmas gift only to allegedly rape her again. She probably wanted that. And that's his gift. So who's lying here?
Wait,
Okay.
read the next thing that he texted her.
Happy New Year, Doe. Can't wait to see what 2025 has in store for us. Give 50K and I'll let you come over to this house. What?
Yeah, I think he meant I'll give you 50K.
Oh.
But he says give 50K. So then she sends him a link to her PayPal account. And then he responds that he doesn't have the Cash App, but he'll give her $10,000 cash. Then she asked him to send a photo or to FaceTime her with the money, but he didn't do it.
No.
She then sent an explicit photo of herself along with a demand. I know you missed. Okay, Janine, you could read that one.
What? Hold on. Oh, come on. Where is... Hold on. No. Hold on.
Okay, I got it. I know she sent an explicit photo of herself along with the demand. I know you missed this big juicy ass. 25K for each cheek. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that she's like shaking him down for money. You know, they have this obviously very physical relationship to begin with. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm just saying these are the kinds of things you lose a civil suit on. You know what I mean?
You can't say he sexually assaulted you, but then you're asking for money. Come on.
It's not a good look in court.
No, it's not. Sorry.
Yeah, which is why, as embarrassing as these things may, as a regular Thursday night that this must be for Janine, and as embarrassing as it might be for a lot of people, they're willing to put it out because it's going to make them cruise to a victory in this case, unless they can show some other damning, evidence or something that it happened. But Shannon Sharpe has categorically denied all the allegations. Especially the gross lie of the R word. Yeah. You have to categorically deny things now. I don't know if you've noticed that. You can't just deny stuff anymore. It has to involve the category.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a new rule. It's a new rule that came around. So that's the Shannon Sharpe thing. The Last of Us.
I did not. Wait, did you like it?
No. Did you see episode 2?
I didn't even see episode 1 yet.
Oh my God, Janine, you have to go.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because husband doesn't want to watch it because he says he doesn't like it. Not all of the episodes are out yet, but I don't really care about that.
Cuddles feels the same way about it, and she's coming on to do this review with us. Cuddles kind of feels the same way. I think she likes it when it all comes at once. But I don't know. I think there's a few shows that can still pull off the once a week thing, and I think this is one of those shows. Well, she can speak for herself. Cuddles, do you like it when you get a show a week or when you get all the episodes in one shot?
I like them all at one shot.
Yeah.
Dee, I haven't heard your voice on here in so long. Or you haven't
I
heard
know. I'm busy.
my biological clock is ticking.
I'm exhausted.
It's
I
called
know.
disclosure, you dickhead.
There you go. Sounds just like her. I'm actually gonna go then because you're gonna review. Plus, I have to redeem a coupon from Good Channel.
Oh my! Can I tell you something? Watch the first 2 episodes instead. You'll be happy.
Definitely last longer. You know.
You're so horrible.
Don't make fun of my friend like that. I'm sure he can go 2 hours.
Sure.
I could barely do anything for 2. Napping, I could do for 2 hours. Outside of that, there's not much.
No. Right.
No. Cuddles, thanks for staying quiet during that whole time there.
I don't need any more stress in my life. Okay.
I'm not denying nor confirming. Okay. All right. Let me go,
All right.
you dickhead. Bye.
All right, good.
Bye, ho.
Bye.
Okay, so the spoiler alert is up on the screen. So if anybody has not watched The Last of Us yet, now's the time to tune out because we're going to spoil a lot of things and it's going to be a really, really big spoiler. Really, really big spoiler. If you have no intention on watching this show at all, stick around. I'm sure you'll get some interesting entertainment out of this. Mercury says, I haven't watched The Last of Us season 2 yet. Mercury, you should go. We're going to ruin it for you. Yeah, we're going to ruin it for you. So make sure you go. So everybody, we're giving you the time to hop off this episode. Appreciate the support, of course. We're going to do The Last of Us review and then call it an episode. And Cuddles had to come on because episode 2 of The Last of Us is so massive and so huge that when the episode ended, Cuddles and I sat there and I don't think we put another thing on for like 10 or 15 minutes.
In silence. We sat there in silence.
Yes. Stunned as to what happened. Because I was thinking about this, and we'll go into the full review, but there's very few shows that are this amazing and can do what they did in season 2, episode 2. And I was thinking about this, Cuddles. The Sopranos, Succession, and now The Last of Us, all coincidentally HBO shows. And there might be more out there. But The Sopranos was the first one to do it. Succession was the second one that I've seen do it. And now The Last of Us is the third one to do it and do it really well and quite masterfully. We'll start, I guess, with episode 1, which we reviewed a little bit last week, where it sets up this whole entire season of Joel becoming that fatherly role for Ellie. And Ellie turning 19 and beginning that rebellious age where she can't even talk to the guy who saved her life, because she's a 19-year-old and, she's risking her life. We saw in episode 1, she's very reckless, and Joel obviously clearly, he has that scene with the therapist and it sets up a whole thing where he had killed her husband. And, all this stuff transpires and you're like, we're going to be in for a season of Joel and Ellie going through that parent teen tough period in the middle of this, virus spreading. And it's going to be one hell of a show. And then episode 2 comes. And Cuddles, do you want to tell everybody what happens towards the end of episode 2?
Well, you have to let them know a storm comes. They're in right? They're in Jackson Hole.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Yeah, and the show starts.
Um,
Things are a little windy, and there's a storm on the. They see it. They see
yeah.
the storm on the horizon.
Yes. So you just want me to tell them like what happens at the end?
Yeah,
They fucking killed Joel off. Like,
they.
how do you do that? How do you like? He's like my favorite on that whole fucking show. And how do you kill him off? Or just kill him. Maybe he's not totally off. Maybe it'll be like, you get flashbacks and shit, but he's dead.
Yeah, and how they do it is so amazing because and they set up that Joel saved Ellie's life and he had to kill a bunch of people to do that at the end of season 1. And now somebody, who was killed in that massacre is out to get revenge on Joel, and they stumble upon him and they're close to the town of where he is. And then all of a sudden, one of them, the main protagonist, I guess you would say, she's out.
Abby.
What?
Isn't her name Abby?
Abby, thank you. Abby's
Fucking
out
bitch.
doing a patrol. Something happens where the infected start running after her. She's how uncomfortable was that fence scene?
Oh my God. I
She
could never.
literally she's running from like 50s. They don't call them zombies. They call them infected. She's running away from 50 infected people who are just trying to bite her and kill her. And she gets into this weird town area. She jumps over a fence. Then they try and go around and find another way. And it's like just a regular gate, fence, a regular fence. And they start tearing it down. And she's between like a shed and the fence. And there's like this much space. And she's literally crawling through as these things are trying to get their face through the fence to just bite her. And it's so alarming. And then Joel comes in and saves her from that
Yep.
happening.
Yep.
And she realized this is storytelling on a new level. She realizes that the person that she has been on a month-long journey to kill has now saved her life. And you think to yourself, I wonder if she's going to be like when they get back to her little base camp and she's back around her other friends, that she's going to be like, I know we came here to kill this guy, but he saved my life. Now we kind of Nope. She's just like, this is Joel, everybody, and we're gonna kill him. And then she shoots him in the knee. She beats him to death, basically with a golf club.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just lying on the floor, bleeding, and you hear him barely breathing and wheezing. And Ellie comes in, who happens to stumble across this cabin where he is.
No,
And
remember they put out over the walkies to have all the patrols come back because the storm was really bad.
that was
And
it. Yeah.
and they didn't hear from him and whoever he was out with. And that's when Ellie and who she was out on patrol with split up to go find. And Ellie comes and sees his horses, the two horses. And that's how she finds him and tries to go in and save the day. But she is not successful.
As soon as I thought she was going to be, I thought she was
I
going to,
know.
didn't you think she was going to roll in there and just start firing and killing
Yeah, she's
people?
just going to go up there, start blasting people away.
Because she's such a tough girl. Like the whole season 1, she gets through things and overcomes things, and you just look at her. Even remember back to the flashback where she first falls in love with that girl in the mall until she gets bit, and you just go, "Oh my God!" Since this girl was like 13, she has just been fighting for like she's tough as nails. And then she gets into that house, and she's in such a vulnerable position, and they knock her down, and she's basically face down on the floor, being held down. And now she's looking over at Joel, who's half alive, and she has to watch him take his last breath. And that Abby grabs the golf club, which is now broken in half. She's hit this man so many times with it, and she jams it in his neck. And Cuddles and I are watching this in utter. I think we reacted a little bit, but
I could not believe it. I'm like, wait, did she put it through his hand? Because
yeah,
his hand was, I was like, oh, it's through his hand. So maybe something's going to happen now. Like maybe because now Ellie is begging them to put, she's begging him to get up. Remember, she's like, telling him, Joel, get up. And then she's begging the woman not to. But then after Abby like stabbed him right through the neck, she's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. She's gonna go after those motherfuckers and she's gonna kill every single one of them. There was like 4 or 5 of them. They are all dead. They are
Right.
going to be dead.
But the disbelief. So
I
Cuddles goes,
know.
"Oh, he got stabbed in the hand," and then we go, "Nope, nope." You finally see it a little closer. It's like, "Oh, nope, that's his neck." And now they all walk out of the room, and I'm like, "Oh, classic cinema mistake. You don't finish the job. You leave somebody there just barely breathing, and all of a sudden they get." So I'm like, Ellie's gonna help, and all she does is climb next to him, like crawl over next to him and climb on top of him a little, put her arm on him, and just lay there. And I'm like, why isn't
Yeah.
she trying to go get medicine or something? And
But
then we,
that was like an awesome scene. Come on,
uh,
because you see them from a top. Like it's looking down on them, and she's laying half on him, and her head is on his head, like to the side. And then they give you a view of them from the side, and it's just her face on top of his, like
mm,
this father daughter like love, that they have. And then just that photo of them like just laying there down from atop is like, oh my god, why?
it's heartbreaking. And then they flash to other, because there's other stuff happening in the episode. And
Yeah.
then they come back and we see the band of people who just killed Joel leaving, and the disbelief. So then there's another person on patrol that was with Ellie, and they separated to go find everybody, but they were going to come back and meet up. And so he finds the trail of the horses and everything, and that's how he gets to the house. And then he arrives, and I think, oh, he's coming with the medicine, like he's coming
Yeah.
to help save Joel. And then the last scene, or one of the last scenes that we see, he's got Ellie on a horse with another girl who was with Joel, who was knocked out, who didn't get to witness any of that stuff. The three of them are on 2 horses, and you don't see Joel, and panic sets in. And then Ellie is looking back, and you realize, oh, Ellie's looking back. They must be dragging him in some sort of a gurney or something. And nope, he is wrapped up entirely in like a sheet with blood coming through it. And still then I go, oh, are
Yeah.
they dragging him back to the village to get help?
And I'm thinking like, oh, it's so cold. Maybe they know that the cold will preserve him for a little bit. Because
Right,
I just can't fathom them thinking that the writers thinking that this is okay to kill off like one of,
right.
if not the like main character.
He's the main. It's the two of
Oh,
them. The whole show is the two of them. It's Ellie
yeah.
and it's Joel.
So why would you kill him off? Like what the fuck? And now the 3 of them are on the horse. They're dragging him behind, and they have to go back to the town that's just been attacked by the infested, and did not do so. I mean, a lot lived, but a lot of them died because there were so many, and it was crazy. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it was utterly crazy. It was. I've never seen, and I'm like, you're sitting there in utter disbelief because you're like, did a major show just kill one of their 2 main characters in the second episode of season 2?
Yeah. Like why would you do that?
How the hell did that happen? Disbelief, utter disbelief. Because and now you realize the show that you, like I said in the beginning, you're preparing for a season of dad versus daughter in this interesting post-apocalyptic world. And all of a sudden it's changed from Ellie's going to get her revenge. I mean, that's what this show is. And I could be wrong. Maybe
Well,
that's not even what's going to happen, but you would assume that that's, what's going to take place now is it's going to become this battle between Ellie and Abby.
well, that's not fucking what I expected.
Not what I
That's not
expected
what
at all.
I did not think that in no way thought that they were gonna kill off Joel. I'm like, oh, maybe they'll kill off his brother, the one,
Yeah.
maybe. But I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? Like the brother can fight this like 7 foot tall, monster of an infested person, but Joel can't like make it, but his brother can't. Like, what in what world is this okay? Not
I-
mine, because I'm still hungover from it today. I kept thinking about it all day long.
let's be honest. We took it harder than the Pope's death.
I did. That's what that fucking that messed me up today. I'm like, I can't believe this.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the
because
hell now?
the thing is we'll have a new Pope. We won't have a new Joel.
Yeah, we won't have a new Joel. Is there not going to be like a season 3?
I don't know. I have no clue what those crazy fucking assholes who created this show are thinking. No clue. But I will say, I found out today that the same thing happens in the game because this is based on the video game, and the same thing happens in the game. Joel dies very early, I guess. In this, I don't even know. I've never played the game. I don't know how the game works, but I wonder if I don't know if it's one game or if they came out with like The Last of Us, and then The Last of Us Part 2 was another game. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But they stay true to the game that he does die early on, in the story, I guess. I don't know if this is early on in the story, but
Oh,
it's
sounds
unbelievable. Like, what
horrible.
show kills? Okay, so I was thinking about that, and it goes back to my examples. In The Sopranos, spoiler alert, at the end of season 2, Big Pussy gets killed. And that was groundbreaking at the time because no show ever eliminated one of their main characters like that. And to be fair, he was in an ensemble with all those other guys,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you still had the other guys. You still had Tony. You still had all of them. Who do
right.
you have now? Ellie? She's not going to make me want to come back and watch it. Joel made me come back and want to watch it.
Yeah, that's a little offensive to your husband who's sitting right here. I get it. He's good looking. I get that.
Listen, listen. Just like Abby said, she told him, she was like, you good looking. She said, you're handsome. Didn't she tell him he was good
Oh,
looking?
that was the best part. This
Yeah.
woman. So we go to find out that the person that Joel killed was Abby's father.
Yeah.
And she's there about to kill him and exact her revenge for having lost her father. And she's like, "Yeah, you are good looking." I'm like, "This son of a bitch." I can even the person who hates him the most in the world is like, "Yeah, he's pretty attractive."
You know what? The people that were with her, they were like a little hesitant. They didn't want to do it. They were like they don't want any more people to die. Like they really weren't behind her 100% in all this, but now they all deserve to fucking die.
Well, did you think? Because I'm like, "There's no way." Like, he's got to get out of this somehow. One thought that passed through my mind because then they keep flashing as she's beating him to death. They keep flashing the camera on the faces of all the people that were with her, and I kept thinking one of them is going to lose it and kill her,
Or
or
one of them's going to step in and be like, "Okay, stop this.
that's enough,
Stop
right?
this."
Yeah,
But none of them did. And then one of the guys kicked Ellie when she was on the floor. So you know what? I fuck them all. I put a bullet right through their head.
I think she's going to try, but it's like you're watching it and you're going, "Oh wait, all the things that were used to have happening, somebody coming in and being saved at the very last split second,
Is
it
not going
never
to happen.
it never comes," and you're just like an idiot. I felt like I was sitting there going, "But how's he going to make it back from this?" Like, I'm just like,
Like I know.
it is so devastating. And I think they expected it because when the episode ends, they take you right to a behind the scenes conversation where they're like, "Okay, everybody, calm down. Here's what's happening." Like, this is,
Yeah.
and it's Pedro Pascal who's like, let me take you through what you just saw, and he does. But I found out today it happens in the game, and which I think he might have said in that little behind the scenes last night. I forget. But he said that when he took the job, they explained to him, "Hey, this isn't a character that you're going to play for 10 years. You're dead in season 2 of episode 2." So they knew this before the show even started, the creators.
Well, that's why Ellie said it in that after show part thing. She said that she knew he was going to die.
Yeah.
Like before they did the readings, like, before they got ready for the episode, like she knew he was dying.
Right. Yeah. Everybody knew, right? It wasn't like a big surprise. Like everybody, having known the source material, they knew that that's where it was going. Which kudos to you and I for being able to dodge all of those spoilers on the internet and not have that, be a thing that was spoiled. Because I
Yeah.
feel like if you look into the video game at all, at some point you're going to learn that he dies, whereas now we got to experience it totally, cold and not have that
Mhm.
ruined for us at all. But anyway, back to Big Pussy. That was a big, even though he was part of an ensemble, it was still a big deal to kill a main character like that. And that's something that I'd never seen then again until Succession. Spoiler alert. In the last season, the father, he goes in episode 3. And you realize, holy shit, there's 7 more episodes where we're not going to have the dad. You think, usually a finale move is he dies and they figure out who's next. That shit happened in episode 3. That whole fucking season, we were in shock going, all right, now what?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's happened in any other show. And I'm sure now main characters die all the time. They find somebody to kill after The Sopranos did it. But I don't know. It's like killing Will from Will and Grace. It's like killing George and Seinfeld. Like it's just characters that are just 2 show characters don't lose one of the characters in the second episode of the second season.
Yeah. Oh God.
Just never see that. It's devastating. I don't know if we're ever going to get over it. Do you feel like, honestly, though, not because he's good looking, but do you
No, it
feel
has no, it's not that he's good looking.
it's just that dynamic and that character, his
Yeah.
presence was such a big part of the show.
It was.
And it was always so interesting to me how she was always like able to one up him, as tough and as protective as he was. Let's not forget when he was down and out and near death in season 1, she carried his ass. She got him better. She fought off people and defended her, so it's like
Yeah.
always like she was always in tow with him, even though he saves her, which wasn't like she was in trouble. She volunteered and didn't know that she was in trouble towards the end of season 1. But he saves her there. But other than that, it was like toe for toe of watching these 2 extraordinary people deal with all this stuff. And now one of them's just dead. And I cannot fucking believe it.
I can't either. I'm not happy. I'm not.
I know, because even if this battle ensues between Abby and Ellie, I don't know.
I really don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, I don't know if that's intriguing enough to pull it together. Like his Joel's brother and his wife, I love those 2. I like that storyline. I want to know what happens there. They're like, you can like, because that was another emotional part of that episode where the husband and wife, Joel's brother and his wife, they're back at the town defending them against the infected, and they're like, they exchange a couple of looks when things are really not going well, and you realize just how much those 2 have sacrificed for each other and their child and their community, and they're looking at each other like they might be looking at each other for the last time in a couple of those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fucking, yeah, I don't know. Next, they've got to really come up with something great for that next episode, or I feel like they might be losing some people.
Listen, if they're going to draw out and drag this getting revenge, like Ellie getting revenge on Abby, we're not watching it.
Yeah.
I don't care. You could wrap that up in 2 episodes. That's it.
I know, because if she's just going to go, you got to make that interesting. She can't just go and kill her. Or we can't wait a whole season for her to exact her revenge. There's got to be something. They got to be put in a scenario where they wind up needing each other or something like that, Who knows? Maybe we'll find out Abby's, whatchamacallit too. Immune.
Carpet muncher?
No, that would be great. That was the other thing too. I was ready for this whole battle and a big lesbian scene after the lesbian kiss in episode 1, and then they fucking kill Joel on us in episode 2. That's not gonna lead to a lesbian scene.
No, not at all.
They've ruined the mood. Fuckers. teasing us like that with a beautiful lesbian scene, Cuddles. That's not nice.
It's not fair. It's not. I'm not happy. This was a hard day today.
It
But
was.
death comes in threes. So we got Joel, the Pope. What's next?
I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Maybe Frank. Nobody's heard from him. I don't know. He could be dead.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Some people think he is dead. I think Janine thinks he's an imposter. All right, I took the thing off, so now we can't talk about the spoilers anymore.
Okay.
We have to thank everybody who muted the show so we wouldn't spoil it for them, but kept us on so that we wouldn't lose the numbers. That's very kind.
Aw, thank you. That's so nice.
Yes, that's very, very kind. Cuddles, it was so great to have you back on the episode here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
It's always fun. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
This is your first appearance on what I'm calling season 2 of the podcast. I don't know what's going to happen for the next time
Wait,
you
is
come
this
on.
the first one or the second? Yeah, you might be dead the next one. There is a very good chance of you being Joel.
That
Of you
kill me.
being Joel.
No, don't spoil anything. We took the thing off.
Oh, no, you can't see. This is why I can't come on these shows anymore. My mouth gets me in trouble. All right, I have
All right.
things to do.
We're going to end the episode. I'm going to say some of the things that Shannon Sharpe said to the lady who's suing him when we get done with this.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard any of that earlier, but I'm going to
I did not. I did not.
Why don't you ever say that you want my baby gravy?
Ew.
Or before we got married, you never told me I want to tongue your asshole and then marry you.
Nope, never. That will never come out of my mouth.
Why don't you ever say
Rest assured, that will not come out of my mouth.
Why don't you say the things that Shannon Sharpe's women say to him? That'd be nice.
Who's Shannon Sharpe?
Exactly. I think the spark is gone because you don't want my baby gravy or to tongue my asshole. I think
I'm too busy.
If you ever,
you gave me baby gravy, and now I have 2 children.
And now look, we don't have time to even talk to each other anymore.
We don't. No. Now I'm doing PARP and reading, so I'm busy.
God. Yeah, that's brutal. I think if you ever said I want to tongue your asshole, that would be the end of our relationship. I couldn't be with anybody who would want to do that.
Telling that's not going to happen. So rest assured, we're going to be married for a very long time.
What little respect I have for you left after choosing me as your partner would be all gone if you said those words to me.
No, I've lost all respect since marrying you. So.
Zoso said it was nice for Cuddles. Too bad we didn't really get to hear you. See, Zoso had you muted because spoilers. That's all right. Next time you got to get on The Last of Us. Who knows what's going to happen next? And then they came back right for the tonguing my asshole conversation, which is really rough. So
that's what you really want to come back to. That's what you want to hear, right?
Tough goings for everybody at the moment. All right. Thank you, Cuddles. You were brilliant as always.
All righty.
Thanks to J Sabs. Appreciate you all. We're back Wednesday.
Show me potato salad
with all the day's news. Until then, enjoy your Taco Tuesday.
Maybe we should go now. Go ahead.